In this video, I'm going to show you my latest adventure in Tulum, where we connected to nature, we hung out with monkeys, we did breath work, and we celebrated sisterhood, and so many more fun adventures. Hello loves, welcome back to the channel. I'm Christina Ray. I'm a breathwork facilitator and life coach. I'm so excited to welcome you here to the space. Today I'm going to be taking you through my adventure in Tulum and taking you through the journey of what this special place means to me. But Tulum has always had a really special place in my heart. First of all, because I'm Mexican American and I spent the first 6 years of my life living in Mexico, so I always cherish going back to Mexico and spending time in my native land. But Tulum particularly, it's like a vortex. So every time I go there, something crazy happening, something spiritual, some transformation, and I never come back the same person. So this most recent trip was really, really beautiful. And I did a temazcal, we did hanging out with monkeys, we did so much breath work. It was really transformational, and it was really special too because I went with 3 of my really good friends who have become my sisters as we've been creating this beautiful sisterhood. So it was really special to have them there with me. The first time I went to Tulum was over 10 years ago, and it was actually one of the first places that I went on retreat alone. So retreats have become really important in my evolution and in me reconnecting back to myself. So when I went to this retreat in Tulum, I was still in a really toxic relationship. So these 10 days that I spent away from this relationship were really important for me to start recovering different pieces of myself. And this was the first time that I did a temazcal. And a temazcal is actually a Mayan ritual. It's part of their religion and culture where they sit in this little thing that looks like an igloo. It's a hut, and it's kind of like a sweat lodge. So you sit in there, and each time that they bring in a new rock, it gets hotter, and they call it opening a door. So each rock represents another door, and it's like another passageway, and you are led by a shaman. Each door represents something different. Depending on how the shaman runs that temazcal, it's always different. But it's complete pitch dark in the space, and you sweat a lot, and it really pushes you, pushes your mind, it pushes your body, and you start to go almost into an altered state. There's no drugs or anything in this space, but you feel like you're almost high and on drugs because you are being so pushed to your limit as far as heat, and it can be really scary as well because it's dark. So it's really, really powerful, it's really transformational, and you never come out of the temazcal the same as you went in. So this first temazcal that I did was really, really powerful and very important for me. It was a time where I felt like I first started to reconnect back to the earth, and I let go of so many different emotions, and I let go of so many different experiences, and I had a moment where I realized it was just me, my body, and the earth, and I was one with the planet. And in this first retreat, I was able to just spend time alone with myself and realize that the life I was living back in LA, because I was living in LA at the time, wasn't the life that I wanted to live. And in fact, it wasn't really living at all. So I am grateful to Tulum for showing that to me, for giving me the space to explore that within myself, and for then coming back to LA with the realizations, with the lessons from Tulum and from the people of Tulum, to then be able to take the next steps. And within 48 hours, I actually left my relationship, and it was a relationship of 6 years. So I moved out of the house, I left, I moved to the mountains and with my dogs, and from there started a whole new journey of my life. And it was one of the first moments that really created a butterfly effect for the next 10 years of my life, which was a whole journey of self-exploration and growth and evolution and power and strength. And so every year I go back to Tulum at least once a year to reconnect back to that first moment of really self-discovery, of shedding of a skin, of transformation, of growth. And I always find really interesting people in Tulum, and it's always a really beautiful space to connect back to nature. So this past time where we went, we did an amazing tour with a environmentally friendly organization called Bushman Photography. So they actually had a photographer following us around and leading us through ethical and sustainable spaces. So one of the things that we did is we went into a cenote, which was really, really beautiful, and he led us through the water, and we took some pictures there. And then he led us to a space where actually one of the locals took us in and into the jungle, and we were able to see some monkeys in their natural habitat. We weren't allowed to interact with them. We weren't allowed to, bring food or anything like that. So it was really honoring the animals in their own space. And I thought that was so beautiful, because I don't go to zoos, I don't go to water parks and things like that where there's animals in captivity, because I think that's wrong. So I think it was so beautiful to be able to honor the animals in their natural habitat without disturbing them, being able to see them. We are actually so blessed and honored to be able to see two monkeys that were hugging each other. And it almost brings tears to my eyes because it was so beautiful. And I'm so grateful that we were able to see that moment. And it was so much more special because it wasn't manufactured, it wasn't fake, and no animal had to suffer to deliver us that moment. We were just, walking through, and we were blessed to be able to see that. So it was like a little gift from God, from the heavens, from the universe, from the spirit, whatever, from nature, from Mother Earth. And so that was a really, really beautiful experience. And after visiting the monkeys, we then went and saw a Mayan village where the people brought us into their village, and they showed us a little bit about their rituals, their culture, how they live. And that was really enlightening as well, and so beautiful, because we were able to see how they are still thriving off of their own farm, their own plants, their own animals. They're creating their own honey, and they actually use their honey as a medicine. So many of their plants are their medicine. They don't really believe in Western medicine, and so they essentially treat themselves with their own plants. And so they were teaching us about their different plants. They were teaching us about their honey as a medicine. And it was so powerful, so beautiful. They did a dance with us. There was so much joy. They cooked for us. And it was, again, an honor and a gift to be let into their village, to have them share with us their beautiful home, their love, their family, and to open up for us like that so we can learn and we can share with the world a little bit more about rituals and practices, and acknowledge that these people, these indigenous people, still exist. They have a place in this world, and they deserve to be here as well. We purchased some of their handmade goods as well to support them, and a lot of these Mayan people are selling their goods in different markets, and so it's really good to support the local communities as well. In the last part of the tour, we got to visit a beautiful pyramid and explore a little bit around the land and go on bike ride. So overall, it was a really beautiful, beautiful tour, and really grateful for the Bushman Photography Group and what they do and how they support the local community and how they also honor the land. We stayed at an amazing hotel called Nomad Hotel, which offered breathwork journeys every single day, which woo! Exciting for me. So I did many breathwork journeys, many days in a row, and so many different experiences. We had singing, they had samurais there one day. It was absolutely amazing. You could essentially create your own retreat, as well as just a beautiful space. So right in the midst of nature, also environmentally friendly in many ways. So very conscious of the land. The food was delicious. It was just a really wonderful trip in Tulum. Reconnected back to my heart, gave myself that time to rest. And one of the big reasons we were also there was to begin the filming for the videos that are going to be on our new platform called Ray Rituals. So Ray Rituals is a space and a community to discover your breath. And the first videos that we filmed were filmed in Tulum, which is so sacred to me that I got to film these videos. They're going to be on this platform to help people, to support people, to guide people in discovering their breath and having the tools to really deal with anything that shows up in their life. So we filmed in beautiful locations, calming breath practices, energizing breath practices, restorative, all of the above. And this is all going to be on the beautiful platform Ray Rituals, which is going to be launching very soon, and it's so near and dear to my heart. So all starting in Tulum, which really makes a lot of sense to me, and it all comes back around to where my journey really first began, like 10 years ago, when I first started to discover myself. My mission with Ray Rituals is to help you not only discovering your breath, but in making conscious breath a part of your everyday life until it really turns into a lifestyle. Can't wait for it coming soon. You can get a free breathwork practice on rayrituals.com and sign up to be the first to know of everything that's to come. I hope you enjoyed. getting a little glimpse into this Tulum experience and adventure with me. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to this channel right now, and don't forget to get your free breathwork practice on rayrituals.com. Join the community, and I can't wait to see you, to breathe together, to connect. Sending love.